Okay, so in this video, I feel like talking about what does the fourth house represent in astrology. From my own perspective, represents your mother. So the fourth house can detail or describe the interactions you would have with your mother. It would describe the relationship you have with your mother. Are you and your mother always arguing with each other? Is she ever even around you? Whatever the case may be, the fourth house and even planets in the 10th house could describe the relationship you have with your mother. Just like the moon, the Cancer sign originally rules the fourth house, and one of the major things that Cancer represents is your mental state. So the fourth house in astrology has a lot to do with the psychology of an individual. It can describe if you're a person that even has interest in learning about things like psychology or sociology. See, from my own experience, I would notice that the portals has a lot to do with your emotions, and it can detail a lot about the mind state or the mindset you are in. So, for example, if you have Mars in your fourth or 10th house, you're a person that tends to get angry very easily. You're like a hothead almost. So a lot of your emotions or even your mental state can have a lot to do with built up tension. Someone that is easily angered or has an aggressive type of personality. Let's say you have K2 in the photos. Then you're a person that is interested in researching about psychology, human behavior, and emotions in general. Saturn in the fourth or the 10th house could make someone be shy because Saturn represents fear and anxiety. So these people will have a lot of that, and their mental state can always be thinking about the bad things, or it could be someone that is prone to being depressed a lot because Saturn isn't a planet that has a lot to do with excitement. Instead, it's the opposite of excitement. So people with Saturn in the photos can be cold-hearted, can be someone that doesn't look at or doesn't view life from an optimistic perspective. Someone that sees life from a realistic perspective. The photos represent your home environment, your homes, property, real estate. So for example, the place you are sleeping at right now, the photos could describe that home environment. Even if it isn't your actual home, you could be staying at a cousin's residence or something like that. But overall, the photos would describe the homes, apartments, condos, wherever you would live in this lifetime. And it would describe what's taking place within that home or in the surroundings of the home, surroundings such as the yard. So, are there fights and arguments taking place in the home between you and the mother? Or there's bad things taking place at home with you and the mother? The fourth house can easily dignify that or reveal to me what's going on. It can even show me your attitude towards homes. So let's say you have K2 in the photos, then you're a person that isn't home a lot, or you're a person that doesn't have any emotional attachment towards the homes that you live in. You could be someone that tends to have to move or lose homes very frequently. The fourth house represents your vehicles. So it it basically would allow us to see your attitude towards vehicles. So if you were to get a vehicle, the photos can show, are you a person that takes pride in the vehicles that you have? Are you a person that doesn't care about the vehicles that you possess? The photos can help reveal when you would get a vehicle. Now, the 11th house in astrology would explain how many vehicles and homes you can get in this lifetime, because the 11 house represents the limitations of the things that you can gain in this lifetime. Let's stick with the photos though. The photos can represent local governments, and also the photos has some people I notice they say that it represents your private life, which could be true simply because when at home a person's true identity comes out, whereas when they are in the 10th house places like work, people put on a facade, they gotta act corporate, and I forget what the word is, but they tend to not show who they truly are compared to when they are at home instead of public places. Oh yeah, the word is professionalism. But obviously when we're at home we don't have to do any sort of professionalism. We get to be our true selves. So a person's true identity comes out when you live with them. This is why you could be in a relationship with someone and then when you live with them, all of a sudden you both hate each other. This is because when you're at home with someone, their true characteristic traits tend to come out, who they are as a person. But if you want to truly know how someone is as a person, you have to look at the sun placement. The photos, I've noticed other astrologers, they tend to say that the photos represent homeland. Some say that it represents your birthplace. And as the months go on, I'm starting to think that it could represent your birthplace. So I'm a bit 50-50 on that, but seemingly it could represent your birthplace. I'm leaning more on that side that it does. Oh yeah, the body parts that the photos represent are the chest and the lungs. So I guess that means the breast too. So if you're a female with something like sun in the photos, I guess you'd be a female that wants to show off your breasts a lot, like wear push-up bras and stuff. Anyways, follow me on the other apps. There will be more videos to come.